Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video, this is going to be a meme video, just a Super Bowl prediction on an electoral map, so, yeah, and I'm going to get some biased comments here, because that's just my life, but whatever, let's get started. I don't want to waste too much time here. And comment down suggestions below. I'm kind of running out of ideas. I'll probably start doing more election nights soon, but for right now, I'm a little busy because my school is standardized testing right now, so all that, which is fun. So, we're going to start with the safe states for the Kansas City Chiefs. Missouri, they play in Kansas City, Missouri, so that'd be safe for them. It's their home state. Kansas also, because they have Kansas in their name, they're pretty close to Kansas. I mean, like, they play, like, right here, so, yeah. Texas, because their quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, went to Texas Tech, so they'd probably win Texas by a safe margin. I guess the Chiefs, Kansas is close to Nebraska, so I think that would work out for them, and the Dakotas as well. And we'll finish up the wall here because we like, Oklahoma, that wall, I think we'll finish that up. So they get the Midwest, but the Buccaneers, they have some safe states. And, you might think, well, they're from Florida, so that's the safe state, right? No, but here's the issue. Florida has three main big cities. You have four, actually, but only three matter. You have Jacksonville, Tampa Bay, and Miami. Now, Miami is where the Miami Dolphins are. And when Tom Brady played for the Patriots, Dolphins didn't like him because they're in the same division. So Miami's going to come out to vote for the Chiefs. But the Buccaneers are from Tampa Bay, so they're going to vote for the Buccaneers. So it's going to come down to Jacksonville. And I'll keep posted on that. But it's not a safe state for them. But they do have some other safe states like all of New England because, they're the Patriots and stuff. So they're from New England, but New York hates them. Actually, New York would be safe for the Kansas City Chiefs because all the Bills fans in Buffalo and all the Jets fans in New York would be voting for the Chiefs. Plus, a lot of Giants fans because the Giants played the Patriots in the Super Bowl twice, like in 2007, and then another year that I'm forgetting. So that'll be safe. The Buccaneers are also going to win California safe because Tom Brady is actually from San Mateo, California, and he was born there and he grew up there. They're also going to win Michigan safe because Tom Brady went to college in Michigan, and so yeah, so 102 safe electoral votes for each of these teams. Now to our likely states, building on with this wall this nice wall that the Chiefs has going, they're going to win New Mexico, Colorado, because Colorado, it starts with a C, and so do the Chiefs, so they're going to win Colorado. New Mexico, I think they're going to win New Mexico because New Mexico doesn't like Florida because no one likes Florida. And yeah, and then also even though it doesn't exist, Wyoming. Let me say this in quotes. Wyoming is going to vote for the Chiefs because it'll actually be safe because they don't want anyone to campaign there. So the polls are gonna have the Chiefs up by like 50 points, so they're probably gonna win that. Montana too, because in Montana they're kind of Broncos fans, and the Broncos and Patriots don't like each other. Same with Idaho and Utah, I guess, as well. So those will all be likely. So yeah, and then also I feel like as a Seahawks fan, I think I have some say over this. So I think that the Seahawks fans in Washington, Oregon, because that's where the Seahawks fans live, they don't like the Buccaneers because no one likes Tom Brady, and because we were going to play him in the Super Bowl in 2015, in January of 2015, but it was canceled, which is really unfortunate. So, yeah, but Washington and Oregon would probably go for the Chiefs by a likely margin. The Buccaneers, they have their likely states as well. I think that they're probably, I think that the Buccaneers, because, I think that, here, let's think. For the Buccaneers, I think Chris Godwin went to college in Pennsylvania, so... And he's probably he's probably their second best receiver. So I think they'd win Pennsylvania by a likely margin. And West Virginia, West Virginia, they it's a very patriotic state. And Tom Brady used to be a Patriot, so they're gonna vote for him. And also Kentucky is pretty patriotic too. And I think that also, since Virginia is near those states, it's going to vote same with them. It won't be as solid for the Buccaneers, I think, but based on the recent polls, they're probably going to win Virginia. And then I also, I think another one of their likely states is going to be Arizona, because the Cardinals are mad at the Seahawks because the Seahawks are superior to the Cardinals, and the Seahawks are rooting for the Chiefs. The Cardinals are going to be salty and vote for the Buccaneers out of salt. So Arizona is going to be likely Buccaneers. Also, I think that Alaska is going to be likely Buccaneers, and so is Hawaii. I don't know why I'm just saying this, because Newsmax told me. So yeah. So for the lean states, I think that the Chiefs are probably going to win Ohio by a lean margin because and this is mostly because Travis Kelce went to Ohio and he's their tight end and he's really good. And I also think that they're going to win Alabama by a lean margin because of the fact that Alabama, Tyreek Hill went to college there, I think, so his base will do enough to give him the victory there. And then I think that Mississippi and Alabama are kind of similar, I guess, but Louisiana doesn't like Alabama, and same with South Carolina and Georgia. So they're all going to go for the Buccaneers by lean margins, mostly out of salt, that factor, I guess. But I think that Tennessee, being kind of in between Alabama and Ohio, or being in between, I guess, Mobile and Cleveland, they'll go for the Chiefs because it's cool. And because they're Titans fans, and the Titans don't like the Chiefs because they don't play each other too much, but the Titans and Patriots played a few times, and the Titans beat the Patriots in the playoffs in 2019, but they're still mad at them because they almost lost to them. And then in Illinois, it'll depend on who the Bears endorse. I think it's important, but I think the Bears don't like either of these teams, but I think they're going to narrowly just because, Patrick Mahomes is more likable than Tom Brady because he's not really a cheater, so Illinois, I think, would be lean for the Chiefs. And also, I think that the Vikings, being in the same conference as the Buccaneers, they're probably going to go turn out for the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's same with Nevada. Like, Nevada usually votes, I guess, similar to Arizona, kind of. But in this case, because the Raiders are from Nevada and they play in Las Vegas, they're going to go against the Buccaneers because the Raiders and Patriots have had a few hard-fought battles in the playoffs, and the Raiders get screwed. So, yeah. Now, for a lean Buccaneer states, Florida, the enthusiasm from Florida. Hold on, wait. Yeah, okay. Oops, hold on. Actually, so the enthusiasm from Florida is probably going to be, the enthusiasm from Tampa Bay is going to be enough to override Jacksonville and Miami being salty. So, yeah, and also Tallahassee is going to turn out for Tampa Bay because they will start with a T. So it'll just be enough to give the dub in Florida. Actually, I'll put it as tilt because Florida's always pretty close. It was lean this year, so it'll actually be lean. And then in North Carolina, the Panthers, they don't really care about this election. But since the Panthers and Buccaneers are in the same division, they're probably going to go for the Chiefs, so we've got that. And also, I'm going to say, I think that, I don't know, because Arkansas is kind of close to Missouri, so it'll just be barely going for the Chiefs. But I want to go back and give one more state to the Buccaneers, and that'll be Wisconsin. Now, this doesn't make any sense because Wisconsin. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is he's with the Packers, so like Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are going to be salty. But here's the thing: Green Bay isn't the biggest city in Wisconsin. It's Madison and Milwaukee are the two biggest cities, and I think that they're going to come up for Tom Brady. I don't know why, but I just feel like they're going to, and my gut tells me so. Obviously, flawless prediction there. So I think that the Buccaneers are going to win those states. And also, I think by very close margins, they're going to hold on to New Jersey. I mean, New Jersey, the Jets are technically there, but the majority of people in New Jersey, they're probably Eagles fans. And the Eagles they feel bad for the Patriots because they beat them in the Super Bowl in 2017. And that was Tom Brady's team. And now he went to the Buccaneers. They're like, we'll be nice and we'll root for you. And then Delaware, same thing, because you have like these Philly people up north. And Maryland's really close. I mean, the Ravens are probably salty because the Patriots beat them in a few playoff games, but they've also beat the Patriots. So they might feel bad because they beat the Patriots in a few playoff games. They're gonna vote for the Buccaneers because Tom Brady is now on the Buccaneers. Now the Chiefs, I think that they're probably gonna win. Indiana, I think Indiana is going to be a tilt Chiefs states because the Colts, they don't like the Patriots that much, but they also don't like the Chiefs because the Chiefs beat them in the playoffs in 2018. So they're mad at both teams, but since the Patriots have a longer history of beating them, they're going to come out, they're going to hold their nose and they're going to vote for the Chiefs. Now, Iowa and DC are going to decide this. The Buccaneers only need to win, or basically whoever wins Iowa wins the election. So if the Buccaneers win Iowa, they win the election. But if the Chiefs win it, they either tie or win. So Iowa's going to be the most important state here. DC doesn't really matter. If the Buccaneers win, it's a tie. If the Chiefs win it, they still need to win Iowa. So Iowa's a must-win for the Chiefs. They're in the campaign there a lot, They really have a football team. So, you have, I guess, you have a lot of fans. You might have Green Bay fans up here in this, this northeastern corner. But over here, you might have more Chiefs fans and, more Vikings fans who are salty. So it'll narrowly go to the Chiefs because, they'll go to Iowa a few times and they'll campaign there because they're from Missouri. The Patriots or the Buccaneers are from Florida, so I think that the Chiefs are just a more appeal to Iowa. So it's going to come down to Washington, D.C. Now, if the Chiefs win D.C., they're going to win the election. If the Buccaneers win, it's a tie. So it really comes down to who's going to win D.C. Now, here's the thing. Patrick Mahomes, his dad was not in Congress, so that is no appeal to D.C. However, Tom Brady has met Donald Trump before, and I think that would give him the win there because Donald Trump used to live in D.C. Plus, Joe Biden, he says he says he's an Eagles fan, and like I said, the Eagles feel bad for the Buccaneers because the Buccaneers have been mediocre for so long, and they're going to probably vote for them and come out for them. So yeah. Now I think DC would go to the Buccaneers as a result of this. So we have a 269 to 269 tie, and the House of Representatives votes for the Seahawks. So the map looks something like this. Right, so the House is going to vote for the Seahawks, and the Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl with 534 electoral votes. Now, people are going to be salty because they think that Wyoming exists. Lol, I'm not thinking that. So the Seahawks win, and that's it. Bye.